Hello, I am back with another stream. Um, okay, so there were some errors here that I have to fix. Let me, sorry. So let me go back to, okay, I should bring up the chat first. Okay, it's okay now. Okay, I see the chat now. Okay. Okay, so first I have to fix this move player thing. It's not working good. And then I'm gonna think about what should I do, like do I use tiling system still? Do I use the should I implement a new system like grid system? These are the decisions that I'm gonna make probably after fixing this function. Okay, so the first thing is that here I'm using the plat dot position, but I should be multiplying them to the grid size. Tile size. There is one more here. Is there anything else with the platform? I don't see any more of this. No, that's it. Okay. Seems okay. Now I fixed this thing with the platform position. It was in tiles. I have to multiply it by tile size. Next thing that I need to do is to go back to this function and rewrite this move layer thing. So, okay, what should I do with this thing? Let me check something first. Um, so, okay, it was just, okay, it's okay. Let's go back to code. What do we do here? We go back to Okay, here the first thing that I need to do is that I pass the player and I'm working with the main position of the player. But the thing is that I honestly don't want to do that. I want to be able to first check if this position is available, then make them move. So how do we do that? First I have to do this step thing correct. Okay, I will create step size is equal to vec 2f g.dt g.dt, and then I want to divide this thing by some value, or how do I create this step size thing? Step number equal to 1. I just have to define 32 for now. And then you have a separation, which is a total separation. Total separation. And then I want to do, okay, if total separation okay, I can do that maybe in a different way. How do I do this? How do I do this? This actually depends on the maximum velocity. So my maximum velocity is going to be 500, for example, or in order of magnitude of like the maximum 1000. If it's maximum 1000, then if I consider 4 steps, that would be 250 for each of them. But I don't want to do this for all the steps. I want to be able to do this for some steps, but not all of them. For the steps that the jump is too big. How do we do this though? Why is this so difficult for me to realize? I mean, there are two separations. Honestly, it's a little bit messy here. How do I do this? Oh yeah, okay. I get the number of steps. Okay, under number of steps is equal to maximum of total separation zero total separation. Okay. Steps const temp equal to total separation divided by steps. This is size, by the way. And then what I do is that I divide total separation by steps. And then oh no, it's not a const, by the way. This is var. I need to say temp 0. Oh no, okay. Number of steps is maximum floor of temp 0 and floor of temp 1. Why there is parentheses here? Number of steps is equal. Yep. That's a const, by the way. And this is a const as well. So that's a number of steps. And then what we do, var separation is that. Separation is equal to rect2f00. This is step size, by the way. Now that we have the separation could be... I can just rename separation as delta. Hi, how are you doing? What changed since last time I was on your steer? Okay, so I'm rewriting the whole collision system. Basically, you can check the code again. I updated the GitHub page this morning. So now I am continuing on that path, and I found the basic. I mean, I asked Gemini some help from AI on the collision and stuff, and now I'm trying to apply those changes that was suggested, but also try to understand why those changes can help fix some of the stuff, some of the problems with the code. That's what I'm doing. And now, so now I'm trying to write this function move player. So essentially, I first calculate the velocity of the player, and then now I want to make this velocity into smaller pieces, smaller steps, like smaller baby steps, and then I want to assess each one of them, like check each one of them for collision, to make sure that when I'm checking collision, I'm not like moving over some small platform, like when the velocity is too high. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And then number of steps, I get the number of steps here. Okay. Delta. Okay. Velocity step is const velocity step, which is equal to total. No, it's not total. It's the step size. No, it's not step size. Total delta divided by that is temp. Okay, there should be absolute value. So definitely absolute here. Yep. So I have a baby step size. Like, what is the baby step size? It's this one. I have a total velocity. I check what's this division, and I get the maximum plus 1. So if it's 0, that means that the step size is smaller than, the velocity that I'm considering is smaller than total delta is smaller than the step size. That means that this could be 0 because the velocity is too small. Then I add 1 to it, I get the number of steps, which is at least 1. And this is my bucket basically. And velocity step is just total delta divided by number of steps. Okay, this should now work. Okay. While bucket is, oh no, number of steps. Okay, I should do, oh, I can do an index, define an index, var index I is f32, for example, which is equal to 0, while I is less than number of steps. What you need to do, you need to have I plus equal to 1. To continue this loop by saying first plus equal to velocity step. Next, what I need to do is now this should work. Okay. So I have some collision here. While collision is false, yeah, and the index is not, it's still less than that. And then here, we don't care about that. Okay, these things can be removed. We can cut these things and put them in while. Okay. So now the last step is exactly the position, like the new position that we have calculated, but now we are taking baby steps and the baby step size are given as this. We add the bucket with the velocity step. We go through all the platforms. And now here we shouldn't pass the player. I mean, player is important, I guess. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pass the player and I'm gonna pass the bucket. Here. Yep. Okay, so player. Player. Okay, const p is equal to player dot position plus bucket. And then here, instead of player, I should put p. And here it's player. Oh, okay, definitely I'll check it out. I didn't have a live button. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Now I'm live. Oh, yeah, okay. Why have you decided to use Zig? Zig because I like I like the language, honestly. That's honestly that's it. Like I don't have any like sophisticated answer for your question, honestly. Like there is no reason like, oh, it's really fast or it's really easy to do game programming or stuff like this. It's just that I like the programming language, so that's what I'm using now. Oh, okay. Now it is okay. There is no specific reason. It's just that I like programming in Zig. I don't know why. It's just I like it. Zig no multi-line comment. Yeah, but I'm not using multi-line. I'm too lazy to write any multi-line comment anyway. So I guess you can say Zig is for those people who are lazy enough not to write multi-line comments, but also care. But it annoys them to write the casting all the time, like all the details of the like. It's really verbose. Yeah, they need their programming language to be verbose. That's what I would say. Yeah. I think it's also nice. It's multi-platform. Yeah, there is the compile. I mean, the build system in Zig is just insane. I can't do C because I mean, it's like even the thoughts of having different compilers on different systems for C. Like I think there are some solutions to this. I know that there are some solutions to this. It's not universal, but it's not like I don't know how to say it's the build system C. I think Zig by Zig also introduces a really interesting build system for C programmers also. Like it's amazing. I'm mostly on C# plus Python. I don't. Yeah, C# is also a very interesting language. Python too. C#. I wouldn't be able to use it. I don't like the how they look, the way that they write generics. Like let me show you. Like for example, any programming language that has this kind of thing. Um, I don't know. For example, there is a class name here. There is this kind of generic thing. Like I don't know why it just doesn't look good for me. It just it persuades me not to look at the programming line there, like right there. It's annoying, and it's one of the reasons I like. I also don't like C++. I used to do, yeah, I used to learn a lot of C++ like some years ago. Is there something prefer on Windows for programming? No, honestly, I really don't know. Like, what do you mean, like on Windows? Do you mean editor-wise, or like the programming language on that are specifically for Windows? Yeah, anything. I don't know. I don't have anything specific. I haven't used Windows for a very long time. It's like we bought the system like I don't know 2 weeks ago, and then I started doing these things. But before that, I was working with my laptop, and in my laptop there is Linux. There are some things about Windows that I prefer, like it's really easy to access some of the applications and stuff. It's much more difficult to do it in Linux. And then there are some things like programming wise, it's much more easier to do those things in Linux. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, I'm torn in between the two somehow. But I would love Linux to do better, like to cover all the thing, not everything, but at least some of the stuff, some of the problems there. I'm using C# for enterprise stack at work. C# is great for building desktop apps on Windows. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, C# is like the native like programming language designed by Microsoft, right? It's like it's designed for Windows at the beginning. I don't know if it's now supported on Linux or not. I think they tried to. I've seen some in some ways you can do C# in Linux, but I don't think it's like as good as doing C# in Windows. It has great support for multi-platform. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good to know. Well, that's nice to see. But at least Microsoft is doing something to keep on like to let the people experience I don't know, like multi-platforming. It's not like Apple Aspire or Mono. Okay, it's old. Okay. Yeah, I don't know these things. Okay. So how long has it been that you're working in the company for, if I may ask? 15 years commercial, 20 in total when it comes to programming stuff. Oh, that's a lot of years. Yeah. Okay, so okay, that's a lot of experience. Ooh, that's a lot. I've started with Turbo, Pascal, VB6. I worked with VB6, then C++. I worked a little bit with C++ also. I mean, all the works that I've done is just baby algorithms, like, I don't know, like simple, like calculate the prime number in VB6, like these things. I have not done any industrial work or any big projects in any of these languages. C++, VB6, C Sharp, and Python. I did some stuff in Python though. I mean, I could say that I did some stuff like when I was doing um, I studied physics in and then there were some projects to do some like studying so our subject was astrophysics and I was studying a dying star and then we were trying to understand like the data from this star and then Python we were using their original code was in Fortran and I had to like first make the code to be working in Python and then I had to like use some of the intuition like physical thing notions and then try to drive out some important aspects there. Interested with game dev, perhaps that's why I found your stream. Oh, okay. Well, that's a good luck for me. Yeah. VB6 is super easy with this of applications. Fun fact, yeah, it's really easy. VB6. It was the easiest programming language that I used, honestly. I mean, after like Python has also its quirks. Like you need to know how to use it efficiently. But VB6 is like crazy. Fortran was also fun. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with Fortran. VB6 then got transformed into VBA that we know within macro scale Excel now. Okay. I haven't used Excel if you believe me, like very few times, like if I had to use it one or two times, but not like I don't like Excel for some reason. For some reason I don't understand. Okay. And have you done things with game dev or like programming languages? Have you worked already on some stuff? Or you're still experimenting? Okay, so I guess I have to return the velocity of player here because this is so weird. Hmm, how do I do this now? Based on distance, I do the norm. I can return this dy dx, by the way, and do the rest in some other function. Fortran is interesting. Plain Fortran or F sharp? No, Fortran, plain Fortran. I didn't do F sharp, no. Fortran was like, I don't know why it felt really good doing Fortran. For some reason it was, I don't know, it felt good. It was so simple. it's not like it's easier for me to read the code in Zig, honestly, than reading a code in Fortran. There was a lot of like I don't like when programming languages have this end to do stuff for their loop construct. And yeah, the Fortran that I was using like had a lot of those things, and I really didn't like it. Main language that runs Voyager 1 and 2 space satellites. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, that's fun. By the way, is it like how is the memory management in Fortran? Is it like garbage collected? Let me search that. Um, is Fortran garbage collected language? No, it doesn't have it. It has some add-on package for F90 for this extent. F sharp is definitely garbage collected. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I mean, Fortran is like it's one of the. I would say it's if it didn't have some of the stuff, I think it would be my favorite language, honestly. It- Um, mm, so I do the baby steps and then I do collision thing. Um, the thing is that every time I'm trying to calculate this normal thing, I need to have one collision, one platform, one collision, and apply all of this. So it's okay if I have, yeah, I can let it happen. I can let this changes happen. It's the only thing that I don't like is this position thing. Because the position can be, this is so weird. F Sharp is a new approach from Microsoft that utilizes Fortran and .NET. Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah. Hmm. But I have not worked with it. I used to work a little bit with Visual Studio, uh, but I really didn't work with these things. I usually worked on, I just used the compiler there to do C and C++, just to learn, like when I was in university. Have you tried Odin, by the way? I mean, since you said you have changed to game dev, I'm wondering what have you considered? Like, have you considered Odin or similar programming languages? No, you're considering Godot. Godot, okay. Godot is amazing. There is C Sharp there, yeah. C Sharp is also in, I think it was in Unity also you uses C Sharp heavily. But Unity is like really heavy and stuff. Godot is like, it's really fast and it's really easy to do stuff in Godot. I mean, as far as I've worked on I worked a little bit with Godot. I'm trying to design the main game that I'm trying to design also is in Godot. I don't like the Unity because of its licenses stuff. Yeah, the license can change all the time. They can change the license all the time. It's not. It's a little bit. I don't know. It's you don't feel sure if I should work with Unity. Yeah, I mean it's like there is so much like you feel much more easier to work with Godot than Unity because of the license stuff. So yeah, I agree with that. Oh, okay, I can do. There's an interesting caveat. I can do change, and then I pass change here, and then I just manipulate this change here. Change 0. Change. Okay, so this way I can save all the changes in the position. I don't know what I'm why I'm doing this. It's just I feel like I should separate the whole check player collision from player. Like I should move out the player so that I could use this collision function for enemies as well in like later. That's why I saved the position change in here. I can do the velocity changes there too. But then the velocity changes are hard changes, like I put the velocity 1 equal to 0. Or so this is a little bit different. But this should work, I guess, because I could have simultaneously I could have collision with two platforms, one vertical and one horizontal. And then I could do, yeah, this for both of them. True. Okay. Now this is going to return true. That's going to return false. And that's when that ends. Now I need to deal with the change. How do I deal with the change? Change is the thing that should be added to the player position. if there is collision, g.player.position plus equal to change. Else, g.player.position plus equal to total data. Yeah. Okay, I'm still not satisfied because the velocity changes shouldn't happen here. And I don't know how to fix this. I mean, to have multiple collisions, like to have a collision with multiple platforms, it could happen rarely, like, right? But still, I will have to calculate it. Like, it's not to be sure that I'm considering all kind of collisions. Let's first run this and see the errors. Mixed scalar and vector operands. Total data delta is a vector, number of steps is scalar. How did I miss this one? Number of steps, yeah, okay. Vec2 f. Okay. Like build. That you also use Z editor. Yeah, Z is. I mean, it's. I like NewVim, but in Windows I don't like NewVim. I don't know if that makes sense. I like NewVim in Linux, but in Windows it's like I try to use the similar configuration as NewVim, but I use Z. It is long with, yeah, okay, my system is not like the best system, so it's really slow. Are you one of the devs? I've seen you wrote something Rust also. What do you mean, one of the devs? Yeah, I've written some stuff in Rust, yeah, but it's not. I don't know how to say. It's not my. I haven't worked with Rust more than just one small project, like a small, like, I don't know, not project, exercise. I would call it exercise, yeah. I tried Z but didn't like it that much. I stayed with VS Code and Notepad++. Okay, wow, Notepad++ is like, ooh, that's a crazy one. Oh, Notepad++, does it have like um I don't know how to say, add-ons? Like, can you have add-ons for Notepad++, like for formatting and stuff? Because it was really raw editor, and it had a really good highlighting, but it was complete raw editor. It's not IDE, no, no. There are plugins, okay. Yeah, VS Code is also my go-to when some of the things don't work. But in Linux, I prefer NewVim. Honestly, it's just really light. I like that it's light. And VS Code, I don't know. It's like I feel like when I'm working with it, there is a lot of stuff in screen for some reason. I have this feeling. And with Z and NewVim, I don't have this feeling. Has add-ons and great C# SDK to modify everything. Cynthia too. So got few add-ons. I read most of. Oh wow, that's good. Okay. Text editor that Notepad++ utilizes. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, Notepad++ was like I haven't used it for like I should say 7 years, I guess. No, yeah, 6 or 7 years. But I back then like I had it in my system all the time because I could open any code file, anything with Notepad++ and have no worries, and it was really light. Yeah, but I don't. Actually, I can install it now. Now that I know, because from time to time I have some files that I don't know the like I don't want to install their plugin for Z or stuff. I can just open them in Notepad++ and it's okay. It's cool. It's old and I just use it because it's because of sentiment. Oh, okay. Is it old already? I don't know. I felt like it was really good. I think with some updates it will still stay the same, no? It's not supposed to be like as Jan the Hunter said, it's not supposed to be IDE, I guess, but still it's fast, no? Because it's written in C, yeah. Okay. Is there like a new modern application that is even better than Notepad++? I don't think so, no? I think it's still I mean, there could be some alternatives, but I think it's still really good. I mean, I haven't used anything, so I can't really say that, but that's my feeling. Does not support field access. PDOT is grounded through. Oh, okay. Oh, I have a feeling they have an answer to my question here. I can have. So the return type could be some velocity. It should be 2f. And then here, I don't need the player anymore. Oops, sorry. No, come on. Okay. Um, there is position, which is this is vec2f, and then there is velocity, which is again vec2f, and then this is position. I believe bucket is used only once, so I can just remove the bucket and yeah, I can just use, there is velocity, there is bucket. Do I use bucket here more than once? No, okay, I see. I can just remove it from here. I will only get the position, velocity of the enemy or player, and then I get one platform, and I will record the changes of the position that is required. I will return that with this thing. I will call it position change. And then here, I will return the velocity at the end. I don't think so. There is Genie, yeah. Genie is also good, yeah. I've been also using Genie. In Linux, I've been using Genie recently, yeah. Perhaps there are some that I'm not aware of. That's interesting, yeah. It's multi-platform. Genie is also multi-platform. I don't remember if Notepad++, I think there was Notepad QQ, something like this for Linux, or yeah, I don't remember. Gives me Code Blocks vibe a little bit. Code Blocks was, I really didn't like it for other languages. I only liked it for C and C++ because I didn't have to use Visual Studio. But after I discovered Visual Studio Code and stuff, I don't use Code Blocks anymore. I've never felt like I should use it. Sublime for text for a while. Yeah, Sublime is also interesting. But you have to you have to pay for it, I think. It was, yeah, I think it was, you had to pay for it. How fast is your what is VSC? VSC is like VS uh, compiler, you mean? You mean you mean the Visual Studio Code, how fast does it load? Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah, I don't. Okay. So we can do it right now in screen. I don't know. Uh, I have to remove something here. How can I? Okay, I will. Okay, you should be able to see right now if it loads. This is my Visual Studio Code. Yeah, how many? I don't know how much. Is it too fast? Is it too slow? I don't know. Is there a way to just calculate it with stuff? Oh, this is Odin, by the way. Not so bad, but you don't have many extensions. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I only have like extensions. I have Lua, I have Odin. I installed Lua because I wanted to have my Vim configuration in VS Code, but it didn't work. So yeah, and there is a Vim, and there is Odin, and there is Zig here. That's it. Mm, too long. Yeah, your system should be a monster compared to mine. Not so bad, but yeah, you don't have many extensions. How is that compared to Zig? So I have no idea about the benchmarks and stuff, and I really don't know about that. But in terms of gaming, so for example, there are some stuff. For example, in Zig, if you want to have, for example, SDL3 or Bugs 2D, you will have to look for it like in Git. Maybe somebody has done some a community, how do you call it? Maybe there is somebody who has done the what do you call it? They maybe there's somebody who have ported the library to Zig, but in Odin, there are interesting libraries, like basic libraries that are really important for gaming, like SDL3, SDL2. Yeah, exactly, bindings. They have done it like they do it like officially. Like you can, there's a vendor library in Odin that you can basically find those bindings. I'm not saying that they don't exist for Zig, but it's just that it's not official. So like Box2D is officially exists in vendor library in Odin. And in terms of programming language, like how they look, I can actually show it. We can just do a comparison. Some of the stuff in Odin also there is like okay, there is some stuff that I don't understand, but I'm going to just talk about the things that I understand. I'm sure that you might need a more professional look later somewhere else. But okay, what I was trying to do was a simple raycaster. Like I was trying to do array casting using Odin. And so, for example, I have defined these platforms and stuff. You define everything like there is this. This is like a function, I guess. You define it as proc, and then it's a static type language, so it's really good. It's in that sense like I mean it's similar to other low-level programming languages. In terms of memory management, I think there is you can do a manual how is it called? Like there's a similar thing in Odin and Zig, I think, about the memory management and stuff, but I don't exactly remember. VB6, I did Raycaster in. Oh yeah, okay. Did you do it? Like, how did it? Like, what method of? Oh, I should be careful how I say this. Like, what method did you use for the raycasting? Like, there are multiple methods I hear, and the one that I tried to do here, it didn't work. There was a lot of bugs. So, for example, here I'm using I don't have to import the library from other places. Like Raylib exists already in the vendor stuff in Odin. I just import it as RL. And it was really cool. It was refreshing to work with Odin as well. I would say that. I would stay to Zig because Zig is a little bit more painful to do programming because you have to be verbose and stuff, and I like more painful programming languages, I guess. I mean, in that sense. Do you have Discord? Oh, let's see. I haven't set up Discord for the channel yet, honestly. We could share thoughts. Oh yeah. Where is all? Oh yeah. Okay. So where is Odin less verbose? Okay, I don't have any example on top of my mind, but there was like I think there are simple. There are some stuff that I remember I had to face. Yeah, you should create Discord server for a channel. That would be great. Yeah, I can actually do it now. But I mean, I don't remember how to do it, honestly. Maybe I will do it when I'm offline, I guess, and then for the next stream. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. Where is Odin less verbose? I don't remember, but I had this feeling a few times, like when I was working with Odin. Do I? Let me look at the code. Maybe I remember something. Oh, okay. There was something about there is something about Zig that it's not about verbosity, but there is something about Zig that I like more than Odin. Is that when I create structs in Zig, I can write methods or functions or whatever you call for them. And then, but in Odin, you cannot do that. You define the structs and then, I mean, as far as I know, maybe I'm making mistakes here again, but as far as I know, so for example, the types here, I define the types here. So for example, I had the player, I defined the player struct. And I also don't like this. In some languages use this. There's 4 points here. I mean, it doesn't look good for me. It makes my mind crazy. Um, Honestly, it wasn't that bad using it in Odin, but I'm not gonna be able to get used to it as much because you have to use it for everything. Like, yeah. But they're not the same. Like here you're defining a proc, but here it's like you're defining some kind of variable. Sorry, you're defining a type here, pointf point. And then I think there was some casting stuff that you have to do explicitly, and then I don't remember. There was like, oh, okay. So for example, you're defining a map. Sorry, mash. No, you're defining a map for your. Where is this map thing here? I'm sure I defined some map somewhere in my code, but I don't remember it now. Like I was trying to use like hash maps and stuff, and then in the hash maps you don't pass like what should be the size of the map. I don't maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't remember. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've seen something, but I don't remember. Yeah, I'm sorry. Zig is closer to C in that sense. Yeah, I mean, if you write C and then you come to Zig, I haven't written code in C for a very long time, so I am not sure if I can answer this in detail, but I think from the way I look at it, like I wrote C very long time ago. It was the older versions, and then now that I use, I don't know if there has been any changes in C, but now that I write Zig, I feel like I'm writing kind of like C, but I don't have to do macros. I hated macros, like the sharp thing, define stuff. And then there was some weird stuff there also with C, and I don't have to face all those stuff. And yeah, and Zig feels like that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the code here. Okay, I was trying to fix this function so that it can be applied for other stuff. Do I use p dot 0 or 1 somewhere? I mean, position again? No, I can just use this as here. Yep. And then position radius, capsule radius F32. Cap R. Cap R. Cap R. Okay, change is a position change. Position change. Okay, now it's grounded true and stuff. I can remove all of that. Should I remove them? No, I cannot remove them. I have to... Oh, by the way, this is not dx, this is dy. How do I fix this thing? Okay, so player is grounded should happen when there is a vertical collision and our dy is negative. I can comment that for now. Velocity. Well, equal to well. Oh no, sorry. This is vel, but here it is red vel. Okay, very good. Here it is red vel. And then here I just return red vel. Okay. So we have position, we have cap R, we have velocity, we have everything that we want. Where is the cap position? Okay. Okay, now what? Const return velocity red vel equal to this one. Then what? Okay, now how do we know that if there was a collision, by the way, now that we don't return it? Oh, okay. Okay, so first, what do I send here? I will send g.player.position. Here's that. I am sending the bucket. And now if bucket dot zero is not is equal to is not equal to val 0 or yeah, again okay, so I sent in some velocity. I changed the velocity before returning. Like return velocity could be different. If there is a difference, that means that there has been a collision. And if not, there has been no collision. Hello, One True Blue, welcome back. So now what do? We add velocity step to the bucket. And then we have, we are checking if there is a collision with a certain position. Okay, so per position should plus bucket. Collision plus bucket. And then there is velocity. So this should be g dot player dot velocity, right? No, why am I sending the velocity in? I don't understand. Why am I doing that? Ah, okay. I am sending it because I want to be able to do changes to this velocity if there is collision. And then if the changes has been made, I will return the velocity after the changes has been made. And then I decide by the changes that has been made, I will decide if there has been a collision or not. This way, I am changing the velocity, and at the same time, I know that there's a collision. Maybe there is an easier way to do this, but I don't know for now. I guess I'm gonna have to keep this for now. There is position, and then there is player.r as the cap r. It's okay. There is velocity, yes. There is platform, and then there is a position change. I will put this as also position change. Okay. Is there anything else to do here? So I get the return value. Okay, so I have the return velocity. Now I have to set the velocity if the collision has happened. It's just that how do I keep the return velocity somewhere? Oh, okay, return velocity. Oh, okay, I can define varit val this one, and then I will change the value here, and at the end, whatever happens, if there has been collision or not, the return velocity is the velocity of player. Right? I mean, this should be right. I have to go. See you on next stream. Thank you for being here. Yeah, see you. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it to be here. See you. So let's try to build this thing. Okay, there is a crash. Why? Panic reached unreachable code. That's kind of an assertion. What was the assertion? Lower, less than or equal to upper. Ah, in the clamp. Why is that happening? Ooh, I see why is that happening. Which line was it? 97. It's basically here. Yeah, here. Oh yeah, flat that position. We should multiply this by game tot tile size. Yep. Okay. Okay, it's not working. Ooh. Hmm. By the way, let me commit steps in checking Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I will have to go now, and I will not be able to come back this weekend. I'm not there in the weekends, basically. So hopefully see you on Monday morning. Yeah. Have a good day. And then, yeah, don't forget to subscribe or like the video. I would appreciate it a lot because it will help the channel. And yeah, see you again next time. Love you. Bye bye.